We're going to talk about the 5 essential phrases to use in the café in Portugal, either as a local or as a tourist. Prontos? Ready? Vamos! Eu vou repetir em português lento, depois inglês e depois português rápido. Ok? Prontos? Vamos! Frase número 1. Bom dia. Um café, por favor. Good morning. An espresso, please. Rápido. Bom dia, um café, por favor. Okay. Did you have the time to repeat after me? If not, go back and repeat it with me, okay? Now, you have noticed I said an espresso, and an espresso in Portuguese is café. So you're probably thinking, but I've heard somewhere that it was bica, and everyone says bica in Portugal. I'm sorry, but we don't use this word much anymore. It's a word that all generations use and the occasional tourist. So, I'm sorry to break the magic for you, but if you want to order an espresso in Portugal, there is one way that we locals say it. Everyone says it. Café, por favor. Frase número 2. Queria uma sandes mista com manteiga, por favor. I would like a ham and cheese sandwich with butter, please. Queria uma sandes mista com manteiga, por favor. Okay. So here, sandes mista, and you say, mista, ham and cheese, that's weird. Yeah, but this is how it works in Portugal. When you want something with ham and cheese, it's always mista, okay? It can be a toast, be tosta mista, a sandwich, sandes mista. There are other pastries we have, but don't worry about them for now. That would also be mista. For example, croissant misto. It would be a ham and cheese croissant, okay? And usually people ask you, com manteiga? Or pouco de manteiga? Go ahead and you can just say com manteiga, with butter, or sem manteiga. Obrigado. Fantástico! Frase número 3. Tem sumo de laranja natural? Do you have natural orange juice? Tem sumo de laranja natural? Incrível! Okay, very good. Continue repeating after me, okay? Now for this one, natural orange juice, if you've been in Portugal before, if you live here, you know that almost every cafe has this orange juice. Sometimes it's included in the breakfast menu de pequeno almoço, and some other times it's just a part of the menu, okay? So yeah, go ahead and ask for that orange juice if you feel like. Sumo de laranja natural. Natural is important because that's what makes the differentiation between a normal orange juice from a bottle or carton of orange juice versus the natural squeezed orange juice. Ok? Perfeito. Frase 4. Queria 4 pastéis de nata para levar, por favor. I would like 4 pastéis de nata to take away, please? Queria 4 pastéis de nata para levar, por favor. A little bit fast, the last one, right? But that's exactly how we say it in Portugal. Don't worry if you cannot repeat it at the speed at the moment, but at least listen to it, because that will train your ear on how people talk here, okay? So, pastel de nata, you're probably familiar with it. If not, it's our most typical Portuguese pastry. It is not a dessert, okay? It is a pastry that we have with café and we have in the middle of the afternoon whenever, but it's not something that we order as dessert, okay? Some people think that is how we have it, but no, not exactly. Usually it goes with a café, or we have it to take away, to take home, to have somewhere, okay? Pastel de nata, pastel de nata, singular, okay? Pastel. However, for 4 pastéis de nata, ok? Repete, por favor. Pastel de nata. Boa. 4 pastéis de nata. Fantástico. Ok. Então, última frase. Sim? Preciso de pagar já? Do I need to pay right away? Preciso de pagar já? Muito bem. Ok. Preciso de pagar já. Strange thing to ask, right, in the café. Why am I giving you this sentence? Sometimes coffee places are quite busy, and in many places the waiter, the barista, will prefer that you sit down and pay for your stuff later than staying in the counter, ordering your food, waiting for the food, paying right away. It will take too much time, and in the meantime people will be queuing and waiting for their cafe as well, especially if it's morning and you have Portuguese people trying to rush to get to work. So if you are in this situation, you see the coffee is a bit busy, you can ask, preciso de pagar já? And probably they will say, no, go ahead, please sit and you can pay later. Or they will say, yes, please, pay now, or here is, it's 250, whatever. Ok? Muito bom. Então, agora, para terminar, tenho um bónus para ti. Em Portugal, temos diferentes tipos de café. Sim? Exemplo. Como se diz em português espresso? Um café, sim. An espresso, um café. Perfeito. Okay? Now, I'll give you some more types of coffee, so you can add to your, I don't know, vocabulary list for when you visit or for when you go to your local cafe. So, espresso, um café. A flat white, like people say in UK, or I guess coffee with milk in US, that would be meia de leite. Meia de leite. Which literally means half of milk. Meia de leite. Ok. Latte. Galão. Galão. Fantastic. American coffee, or Americano, as people say. We don't really say Americano. People have now understood it, and Portuguese people will understand and will ask you if it's Americano, the café. But the truth is, we have a real name for it, and is abatanado. 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 Sim. And some people also like to order macchiato, which is usually like a small espresso with a bit of milk. We don't say this word in Portugal, we don't have it. Some baristas may know it because now it's kind of international, but we have our own word for that. So a macchiato, which would be, I think, the half coffee espresso with half milk, more or less, we call it garoto. Garoto. And last one, if you just want an espresso with a drop of milk, just a drop, 1 or 2 drops, the way to say it is café pingado. Café pingado. Excelente! Ótimo trabalho! So these were the 5 essential phrases to use at a café in Portugal. And if you thought that this content was useful and if you think that can help you, remember I am creating a compilation of all of this and much, much more in 9 chapters on how to make your life day-to-day in Portugal, how to survive in Portugal in that sense, from café to bureaucracy office to shopping center to house renting to everything you can imagine as you need to live here, the sentences, phrases that you can use. I'm compiling it all and creating a very first Survive in Portugal, the audiobook, which will be like immersive audio experience. Feel free to check my description and join the waitlist. See you there. Até já!